It's a great day, my amazing CEOs. Thank you so much for allowing us to stream into your home or into your office. We appreciate you choosing us. I mean, you have a lot of choices, and you've chose to participate with the CEO Sales Huddle this morning. Thank you so much, by the way. We like to start every morning almost the exact same way. We like to always share our philosophy. Don't stray away from it. And our philosophy is success leaves clues. And our belief remains steady. And that is, if someone else has done it, although it's been said so many times, so can we, by the way. And by the way, success, not only does it leave clues, but it leaves fingerprints or footprints, by the way, that we can look at. And we can say, you know what? What have other CEOs done under similar situations? What have been some of their successes? What have been some of their challenges? And how can we as a sales department best benefit from that? And that's why every morning we start by looking at a case study. And that's what it means to you as a CEO. You have the opportunity to look at a case study, look at what worked, look at the challenges they had, look at the hurdles they've done, and then apply those principles in your business or take away the best practices. And what a great way to get started. So let's get started this morning with our business case study. So in the good old days, I'll say in the good old days in North Carolina, a family company called Ridgeview was producing hosiery for big stores. Now, everything seemed fine until one day the business had to close down. Now, for Hugh Gather, who had been part of this family business, this was a huge, huge problem. But problems can sometimes lead to really amazing opportunities because you see what works, you see what doesn't work, you see what's needed. So Hugh loved running. And one day while looking for socks, he noticed how boring the sock choices were in the stores. The socks from the 2000s were just like the old ones from the 1980s, he said. The simple realization sparked an idea in Hugh's mind. But wait. Did you know that Peloton's famous sock partner is a local North Carolina company? Yep, it's Feetures. They came up with a sock that's not only comfy, but also stylish and perfect for running. Now, this interesting fact really highlights how responding to a need can lead to innovation and success, because you're solving a problem, you're impacting lives. But Hugh didn't just want to make any sock. He sought to make the best sock possible. So he thought about everything that athletes needed. With everything he learned, he decided to focus not just on making socks, but on building a strong business that would connect with the runners. That was the sales strategy right there. The key to this lesson is creating a successful sales strategy. Connect to the runners at the highest level possible. Feetures found a way to stand out in a crowded market by designing socks that were unique selling proposition, designed especially for athletes' experience. Whoa, doesn't get any better than that for a sales structure. So here's my big takeaway. Create a business. It's just like running a marathon, by the way. You need preparation, you need strategy, and you need perseverance. So Features taught us that a strong sales system not only is critical, but it's about recognizing the needs and then focusing on the quality. And at the end of the day, your sales message has to connect directly to the clients. Just like Features socks fit perfectly without slipping off, your sales system should be seamless and prevent any slip-ups in your business. You do that, and you will see your sales go up, 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 and away. With that being said, my name, by the way, is Shay Brown, host of the CEO Sales Huddle. It is an honor and a privilege to serve you. I like to share what our sales philosophy is for the sales department. And I'm going to suggest that you adopt this sales philosophy. It's 3 words, so you don't have to write it down if you don't want to. You can just listen, remember it, and then every morning with your sales team, when you have your sales meeting, you can repeat these words. Now, there are 3 words, but I promise you, if they keep these top of mind to you, they will stay successful. And here they are. Focus on sales. Here it is. Focus on sales. Here it is again. Focus on sales. Here's my belief. If you can't focus on sales, you can't be in business. Now, this is really important because without sales, there's always more money going out than there is coming in. And the point that I want to drive home here, and I want you to listen to this because sales at the end of the day is the oxygen for every successful business in history. And without sales, there's always more money pouring out than there is pouring in. The big takeaway for you is what I want you to hear loud and clear is selling is serious business. So this is a very serious conversation we have every single morning. We take a look at the business. We take a look at what's working. We take a look at the progress. We take a look at where we are. We take a look at the adjustments we have to make. So let's go over and look at it as a CEO. What is our focus? And our focus is, as a pledge, is learn, earn, and return. So there's 3 things that we can say every single morning for our sales department with 100% certainty. As the CEO, we own this. We own this. Number 1, I have to learn something new. Number 2, in order to earn new revenue from existing clients. Number 3, in order to get old and new clients to return. So I must learn, I must earn, and I must return, by the way. And so that leads us to the other area. The other area is about sales progress, roadblocks, and 5 sales pillars. So you think about the objectives. We get together with your sales team, your sales meeting. What's the purpose of the meeting? What's the number 1 objectives? Look at the progress. Look at what's working. Then take a look and say, wait a minute, not only do I know what's working, Shay, but I can also see any hurdles that I have over here or roadblocks, just like the case study this morning. And number 3, the focus on the 5 sales pillars that every CEO must know and understand in order to be successful. So there's 5. There's a CEO sales plan. Got it, Shay. 1 page. There's a sales cycle. Got it. What's the cycle they're going through? Got it. Loud and clear. Number 3, there's the sales message. What are we saying, by the way? And then number 4, is the CEO sales dashboard. Now, we spent a whole segment just on the dashboard today. We'll look at the trends. We'll look at the last 2 weeks, the last 30 days, and look at the last 90 days. And then we can make adjustments as a CEO. The whole premise is what gets measured, it gets managed. What gets managed gets better. Then we take a look at the sales team. Now, one of the things I want to do is I want to connect with some of you. So for some of you who are tuning in right now, you're watching for the very first time, no matter what platform you're on, we appreciate you letting us stream. Maybe we're on your iPhone. Maybe we're on your computer. Maybe we're up on a big TV monitor right now in your office, by the way, in the break room, wherever we're broadcasting. Thank you so much. Do me a favor. If you can, look right below the video and just put hashtag I'm here. Hashtag I'm here is the bat signal that you and I are in this conversation right now. You and I are talking right now. You're here as a CEO. And I'm going to respond back. I respond to every one of these. And number 2, if you're watching the replay, put hashtag replay. It's never too late. And then for those folks that are on the streaming platform, maybe right now you're watching and you're on Apple TV. Maybe you're on Roku. Maybe you're on Amazon Fire. Maybe you're on one of the podcasts. You're listening to this in your ears. Or maybe you're on one of our syndicated platforms. We're in so many platforms on different areas, which is good. I appreciate all of our distribution partners, all of our folks who allow us to have syndication agreements. Wherever you are, do me a favor. Let's connect. Go over to @IamJBrown because you can see me, but I can't see you. And then let's connect over there @IamJBrown. Love to know what you're up to, follow you and your business, and that's how we can best support each other. Isn't that kind of cool? I love doing that. Now, for those folks that are tuning in and sometimes ask, what's the purpose of the CEO Sales Huddle? The CEO Sales Huddle is a place where CEOs gather to understand how to sell more faster, easier, with less effort, without doing so much work. And here's our big why, because we don't just show up every day just to be showing up. Our big why every single morning is about sales growth. So how do we grow the business? It's about accountability. We'll often do more for others than we'll do for ourselves. And it's about consistency. And to help us be consistent on this journey, we have 15 minutes that we spend every single morning. So we take 15 minutes. And these are very serious 15 minutes because there are 1,440 minutes in every day. So we're stopping back and we're spending 15 minutes. And that 15 minutes represents 1% of the day. And that 1% of the day, we're focused on sales, which generates the revenue in the business. We're focused on sales, which allows us to have income coming in, revenue, so we can buy resources 1% of the day. And we have one goal. And our goal, by being in this conversation, is for you to generate an extra $100,000 a month over and beyond whatever you're earning today because you're in this conversation. And when you're in this conversation around sales, around success, you're just more likely to perform. You're more likely to get to another level. You're more likely to take your business to a place you didn't think. So that's what it's all about. And I want you to imagine for a moment, you're able to grow the business. You're able to take it to another level. What does that mean for you and your business? Now, the question comes up, Shay, how do I do that? That sounds good, but how are you really doing that with your clients? And the way we do that is we create something called the CEO Sales Dashboard, which you can go over to www.ceosalesdashboard.com. And once you get there, you can download the CEO Sales Dashboard. Now, the CEO Dashboard is pretty cool because the CEO Dashboard allows you to connect with other folks that are out there, by the way. And when you do that, you're looking at 5 main areas. You're looking at leads, appointments, offers, deals, and repeat business. And our philosophy is and became and remains what gets measured, gets managed, what gets managed gets better. So I said, hey, look, if you just look at just these 5 categories, and every day you made micro adjustments, little small adjustments. And in some cases, you make no adjustment at all, but you see the progress, generate more leads. Maybe you set more appointments. Well, you can allocate the resources so much more appropriate. So let's go take a look at that. Let's take a look at what that means, what it looks like. So you go to www.ceosalesdashboard.com, you download it. It's going to look just similar, just like this here. Here it is here. And when you pull up, it's going to be an Excel sheet. And in that Excel sheet, what I like about it is it allows you to take a look and say, okay, let's find today's date. Then once we find today's date, we can go back and say how many leads came in, how many appointments came in, how many offers were made. Let's say we slow down for a moment. We just slowed down and we went and looked at appointments. And you put in your number 1 product that you offer. And under appointments, you say, well, how many appointments were set yesterday by the sales department? Then how many appointments were run yesterday by the entire sales department? If you are the sales department, how many appointments did you run? Now, I want you to do this. This is really serious. How many were one-to-one? How many were one-to-many? Be in this conversation. Stay here with me. Stay here with me. Stay with me. And then focus on collaborations. How many appointments were set up just to collaborate and to work with every other folks that are out there today? You see, what gets measured gets managed. What gets managed gets better. But we don't stop there. We go to the other side and we say, you know what? We're going to celebrate our wins. We're going to look at what's working out there. And one of the things I like to look at is celebrate wins. Powerful people ask powerful questions. Why? Because questions steer focus. And in this life, you get exactly what you focus on. So in your notes, go ahead and put this down. 3 questions. Number 1, what are you most proud of? Number 2, in the sales department yesterday, what was your biggest accomplishment yesterday in the sales department? Number 3, what do you want to brag about? Like, you just want to come on here and just for the sales department, you just want to brag and say, Shay, this is what I'm most proud of. Like, look at yesterday's results, sales department, this is what the sales department did. And then we look at the other side and say, everything's not perfect. Got it, Shay. It's not rainbow, cupcakes, and unicorns. Got it. Let's look at some challenges that we had. We did that with the business case this morning. One of the challenges you might have is, what was your biggest roadblock in the sales department? So what was the challenge you had yesterday in the sales department? Number 2, what's preventing you today from moving forward in the sales department? Number 3, what's the one thing you can do that if you did it, it would move your life and or business in the sales department? You see, I believe that powerful people ask powerful questions. Why? Because questions steer focus. And in this life, you get what you focus on. My message of the day is focus on sales. I know that sounds overly simple, but focus on sales. Slow down. Take a look at your lead generation system. What's your number 1 system? Go to the other side and take a look at your appointment setting system. What's your number 1 appointment setting system? Take those 2 together and say, how many offers am I making for my key product? What gets measured gets managed. What gets managed gets better. You do that, and you will see your sales go up, 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 in a way. With that being said, my name, by the way, is Shay Brown, host of the CEO Sales Huddle. Make it a great day, everyone, and we'll make some good things how we connect again next time. God bless, and keep doing God's work. Peace.